So I am delighted to join Robbie and welcome you all here this morning. Members of the clergy, local educators, government leaders, and so many members of the Harbor Freight family based here in Dillon and from our offices in California. We're so proud to call Dillon County our home. Eric Smith, Harbor Freight CEO, was disappointed that he wasn't able to join us today, but he is definitely here in spirit. And he asked me to pass along his greetings and appreciation. And he asked me to deliver this message really on his behalf. While we're here today to celebrate the opening of this fantastic 2 million square foot state-of-the-art distribution center, we're really here to celebrate people. Our incredibly talented and committed Harbor Freight team that made this building possible, and the dedicated, hardworking, and altogether wonderful men and women who help make our Dillon operation run so well every day. Starting with all of our Dillon associates, and including all of our AM1s and AM2s, senior ops, and other senior leaders that make everything tick. Back when we opened our doors in 2002, the Dillon community opened its arms to welcome us. In fact, we found a copy. Dave, you found a copy. This is the Dillon Herald from January 22nd, 2002, where the members of the community literally placed ads to welcome us. In the early years, we grew quickly, and as we opened new stores, we expanded our facility here twice. Dillon has been great to us, but at the same time, we were focused elsewhere and didn't do as much as we could have or should have as a member of the community or as an engaged corporate citizen. But that has changed. And we're here today to tell you that we're committed to our people in Dillon, and we are committed to this community. The change for Harbor Freight here in Dillon began several years ago when we realized that we need to double our supply chain capacity to support the rapid growth that was coming. In 2010, we had 335 stores when we put into motion the relocation and expansion of our West Coast distribution center. And in 2011, when we had 360 stores, we put into motion the project that would double the size of this distribution center. And while we knew we would need bigger buildings, we also knew that bigger buildings weren't nearly enough. We needed to find the right people to lead the transformation of our supply chain organization and the right people to lead the transformation of culture and operation of our distribution centers. We began by recruiting Pete Racine, our brilliant Vice President of Supply Chain, to bring our supply chain into the 21st century and help us understand what excellence in the supply chain really looked like. And about 3 years ago, we recruited Robbie Robertson as Vice President of East Coast Distribution to lead our Dillon operation, and Greg Elmore as Senior Director of HR, responsible for human resources across the company's supply chain. For those of you who do not know Pete, Robbie, and Greg, let me just say that these three men are relentless in the pursuit of excellence and continuous improvement. And they understand the need to be frugal and invest wisely. They're committed to intense collaboration infused with a strong dose of humility. And they have highly tuned internal compasses that guide them to do the right thing and treat people the right way. And finally, they are deeply committed to their communities and deeply committed to making a positive impact on the world. I also want to note that Robbie and Greg served our country in the armed forces with courage and distinction, and they've endured a crucible of personal challenges that have made them resilient and empathetic. To sum it up, I want to say that Pete, Robbie, and Greg exemplify all of Harbor Freight's core values, and they've made an extraordinary contribution to our company and the Dillon community.